So Jesse Ventura is the former governor of Minnesota, as many of you know, and he's got a fascinating backstory, man. From his days in the wrestling business to his days in the military to his days as governor of Minnesota, and he ran as an independent and won, which I don't think people realize how difficult that is in the U.S. I mean, we have two parties. We have Coke and Pepsi. We have Democrats and Republicans. That's what it is, and it's so hard to win as an independent. He did for governor of Minnesota. So just an incredible guy with an incredible history. And anyway, he saw what these ICE Gestapo thugs were doing in his home state, and he was fucking furious. In fact, the high school where all of these innocent students got fucking beat up by these ICE Gestapo thugs, it was his high school. And so that really lit a fire under his ass where he's like, you know what? I got to go do something about this. So he took a trip to his old high school, and there were some, local news cameras outside when he was leaving. And man, oh man, did he not hold back in the slightest, telling people what he thinks about what's going on in this country. Watch this.
Did it make you feel better to have that conversation, or what would you say?
No, I'm just saying, as a graduate of Roosevelt High School and as the former governor of Minnesota, I'm so proud of Roosevelt High School and how they stood up for what is supposed to be America and freedom. And freedom is not arresting people without warrants. We have a system here. It's called a Constitution. And we have a party, the Republicans, who don't seem to want to abide by the Constitution. January 6th is a prime example of that. And now they're all free and they're in charge. You know what? Maybe it's time for Jesse. I only did one term. I'm owed a second.
The extent to which he's a natural in front of the camera is just off the charts. It's like he never was away from politics. Or never was away from the cameras. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I think he just got back in, the wrestling world too. And so now he's talking about, I might run again to be governor of Minnesota again. And by the way, Tim Walz dropped out of running for re-election, which, I gotta be honest with you, pissed me the fuck off. Because now you're gonna give all these fucking degenerate cretins on the right the impression that this Nick Shirley scumbag cunt was right with his fake, bogus fraud investigations, which were total nonsense, which the fact checkers had a motherfucking field day with, right? So he wasn't right about that, but now you're giving them the impression. I don't know. He doesn't, and the Vanguard guys pointed this out, he doesn't have the fight necessary. Tim Walz, and I'm the biggest Tim Walz defender in this country, because I'm one of the only people who actually went through his record. Where I was like, oh, look at this, free school breakfast, free school lunch, legalized weed, you go down the list, paid vacation time. He did all these free college. He did all these amazing things policy-wise, but he never talks about it, and then he gets pushed back from the right, and, he tries to fight back, but I don't know, he doesn't have that oomph. He doesn't have that extra gear that he can go to really lay the smackdown on these motherfuckers, no pun intended, because Jesse Ventura, of course, was a wrestler. But, Jesse still got it. And I should point out, Jesse was, proudly endorsed Tim Walz, because Tim Walz not only legalized weed, but Jesse knew Tim Walz was the real deal when it comes to policy, and he was right about that. So anyway, here we go. He's not done. He's just getting started.
So remind us, you went to school here?
I went to school here. I'm a 1969 graduate of Minneapolis Roosevelt. I'm proud of them for what they did. They made me proud as an alumni. Go Teddies.
What are your thoughts? I know we're jumping in, probably doubling up on some of his questions, but what are some of your thoughts about what unfolded yesterday, and then after that, what you saw?
Well, I've told you already. We're a country of the Constitution. We have leadership now that has destroyed the Constitution. They don't follow it. They could care less about it. Am I right or wrong? I took an oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I view, after January 6th, the Republican Party as a domestic enemy to our Constitution.
Oh, yes. Say that, dog. I've been waiting for people to say shit like this. That's right. They're a fascist, terrorist death cult. Tell it like it is. That's what they are. And here's Jesse Ventura saying it plain. By the way, for a message for everybody who's a politician out there or a wannabe politician out there. This is the only thing that sells. Cut right through the horse shit and say exactly what you're thinking in as clear terms as possible. That's it. We don't care about your fluff. We don't care about your spin. We don't care about your flowery words. We want to hear the truth in an unvarnished and authentic way, and that's what this is.
I can't get any bolder than that, can I?
And you obviously saw the video that the student shot outside here, and that obviously elicited a lot of emotions for you. Just watching
what do you mean the student shot?
There were some students who shot the video of the chaos here yesterday.
No, I didn't even see it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Okay, I thought you did.
See it.
Okay.
The only thing I've seen is the murder.
So talk about, you were a student here. when did you graduate?
1969.
Have you been back? Can you talk about that? Was this like first time back?
No. Came back to homecoming 2 years ago. No. I'm a proud graduate. I held 3 school records in swimming, 2 District 17 records. Our football team was undefeated. We won. Back then there were no playoffs. We played St. Paul Central for the Twin City Championship and defeated them, I think it was 21-6. And we did that at the old brick house, if you remember that, the old University of Minnesota. That's where
This guy's charming as fuck, man.
they used to play the Twin City Championship game. There weren't playoffs then.
Dave Winfield was on that Central team, wasn't he?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. We beat Dave Winfield and Central.
Just to be abundantly clear about what you're doing, what you wanted to do at the school here today.
I just came here today to show my support as a graduate of Roosevelt and tell them how proud I was of what they did of keeping ICE off of this campus. This is a place of learning, and you learn things like the Constitution. You learn about warrants. You learn about things of that nature, and what we're getting right now is violating all that, what kids are being taught. You want to know something? I'll give you a quote. We're a third world country now. You want to know why? I'm an expert. I've been to them. I spent 17 months in Southeast Asia while the draft dodger was playing golf, right? You know how I know we're a third world country? Because in third world countries, they have the military doing their police work in the cities when you walk around. I was in the Philippines the day Ferdinand Marcos declared martial law and went under dictatorship. We went from nobody to a guy with a machine gun on every corner. That's what happens in a dictatorship. In comes the military. That's what's happening here. And people better wake up to it. You want to read something? Then read your history of Germany and start comparing the tactics of what happened in 1930s Germany to what's happening here. Read history. You learn from history. And this is nothing new. This is all repeated. This is a game plan, it looks like to me, of what's going on here. How dare Minnesota? We'll take care of ourselves. We don't need federal troops coming in here without warrants.
Some people have said this undermines local law enforcement.
It undermines the entire Constitution. The military cannot be turned loose unless it's a national emergency. They're going to tell me this is a national emergency?
Message for Trump and or message for Governor Walz?
Who was that? You mean the draft-dodging coward? I don't call him by name. He's the draft-dodging coward who, when it was his time to serve his country, he did what all rich white boys did. I wasn't a rich white boy. I grew up in South Minneapolis. Most of me and all my friends are Vietnam veterans. We had to go. But the rich white boys never had to go, did they? And he didn't have to go, did he? And yet he's going to tell me what courage is?
Are you supporting Governor Walz and Mayor Frey the way they've been outspoken towards?
Absolutely. Good for them and good for these people that stood up. They're teaching their students something, that we are a country, that we have to be a country of law and a country of the Constitution. They're all forgetting about the Constitution of the United States of America. We don't even have it anymore. After January 6th, are you kidding me? And then they all get turned loose and now they're in charge? I gave up on this country when this guy I haven't even watched the news since last November. I stumbled onto this, and now look what you've done to me.
Bro, Jesse, let me tell you, bro, if you had to follow the news the entire second Trump regime as I've been following it, dog, oh my God. He would be talking about running for president right now, not just governor of Minnesota. He would be talking about running for president again if he had to follow all the shit that I've seen and you've seen from the if he was watching Elon Musk, the world's richest man who's going to be a fucking trillionaire, if he was watching him cut pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels, casually, illegally, hacking into the treasury and stealing everybody's data, he would have lost his goddamn mind. He would have said, we need a left-wing version of January 6th is what we need in this country. That's what he'd be saying. So Jesse, bro, let me tell you, if you ever decide to catch up on this, this last year of news, I'm telling you right now, you will immediately throw your hat in the ring and say, I'm running for president in 2028. That's what you would do. That's what he would do, I think, because holy shit, man. I honestly, at this point, I think I won the battle. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I see a lot more people now calling, the Trump regime a regime. I first started doing that, 2 months in to his time in office, 1 or 2 months in his office, and I was like, this, what they are. They're a regime. They're illegitimate. That's what this is. And now I see a lot of people doing that because I think everybody's opened their eyes to what this is. I think everybody sees it, what this is. So, Jesse, bro, I'm telling you, man, holy shit. Just be prepared if you decide to catch up on what's been happening. because he just got a little taste of what's going on with these ICE Gestapo thugs in Minnesota, and he's damn near ready to run for governor again. Imagine if he saw everything that's happened under the second Trump regime. The warmongering, the corruption, the giveaways to billionaires, the using the U.S. military to invade the United States of America. It's so immensely illegal. And he got a little taste and said, oh my God, fuck this, man. Fuck these people.
I stumbled onto this, and now look what you've done to me.
Well, thank you for stopping. I appreciate it.
Here I was leading a nice, quiet life, and now you've injected me back in here, and probably going to make me the governor of Minnesota again.
And you seem fired up and motivated.
Because somebody needs to clean up what the Democrats and Republicans constantly wreck. And you notice I lump them together. You know, I should use my old name for them, the Democrips and the Republicans, which my apologies to the Crips and Bloods for using their name in that way.
Oh my God. He's one of a kind, man. And he can talk with the best of them. You guys have always heard me say, like, when it comes to communication, there's an X factor that some people have and some people don't. And like, you just know who just can get a point across and make it stick in your mind. He's in like the top 1% of that ability to just talk and you're hanging on every word. He's in the top 1%. And like I said, he was a big backer of Tim Walz, so like real recognized real. He realized like this guy's gonna do some good ass shit for Minnesota, and he did, and he was right about that. But wow, man, all I have to say is, Jesse, I'd love to see you do it, man. I'd love to see you do it. I don't know how old he is, but if I'm being honest, at this point, clearly age isn't a factor. We went from Biden to fucking Trump. You know, Bernie's he's in there. He's healthier than all of them, and he's older than all of them, right? And Jesse Ventura, he's a special talent. So you love to see it. Just absolutely ripping the Trump regime to threads, and they deserve every single word. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.